This is Blakk the mayor, lifestyle promoter, event promoter, CEO of the Black Card Society and the Love Movement. And my thoughts about the urban lifestyle in Atlanta varies. When I came into it, it was 2007, and my understanding of the culture at that particular point in time was that it was a swinger culture that was between primarily married couples and couples that were presenting themselves as basically being married to themselves, and they were swapping out with other couples. I went to a couple of parties. I saw some things about it that I didn't particularly like, so I tried to make some suggestions to some of the promoters at that time about maybe what they could do to enhance the environment, because I was thinking about that the environment was supposed to be more about respecting your mate and people connecting with each other, being able to engage in more than just sex, but actually, being a part of each other's lives if they chose to. The way that some of the events was, it seemed like at that particular time, it was just set up more for just, hey, let's come, let's hit, and let's leave. And the energy wasn't really what me and my mate was looking for at that particular time. So I did my part to create a culture with Erotic City Atlanta that promoted people of like-mindedness coming together, whether there were swingers, and swingers being couples that have decided that they want to swap with other couples, male and female primarily, where the husband get with the wife and the wife of the other couple get with the husband and they swap out. That is officially what swinging was and how it was presented to me. Me and my girl were not swingers, but we were involved in the lifestyle culture, which means we like bringing a female into a bedroom. It was certain rules that the swingers went by at that time, and I respected their rules, so I never called myself a swinger. And to this day, I'm not a swinger. Right now, I'm a single male. So in the lifestyle community, I will be a single male in the lifestyle community. If I go to a party, I bring a date. Mostly the type of parties that I went to in the last year, if I brought a date, it's understood that if my date want to play or, mix and mingle, whatever she want to do, she's open to do that. We come in through the door as a couple, but, we're not primarily a couple. But at the same time, we play with each other, and she's allowed to play with other people. That's a part of the culture, the lifestyle culture, but, we're not swingers. But anyway, back in those times, 2007, 2010, when I ran Erotic City Atlanta, I tried to do it the best way I could to promote an environment of like-minded people coming together and networking and mixing and mingling, doing positive things in and around the community at that point in time. It was more of a culture. I really was promoting the lifestyle culture to Atlanta and anybody else that wanted to know about it, at least the urban side of it. I did my part to really advance the people of color that was in the lifestyle in Atlanta. I tried to have parties that were a little bit more upscale and locations that I felt like were more conducive to us meeting and greeting each other and actually involving in more than just the sexual aspect of the culture. I did my part to educate people on my boards. At that time, it was Yahoo boards. Then I had my own site, ECAFriends.com. Had about 4,000 members that had to actually go through a survey to be on the site. It was kind of like MySpace back then, if you can remember that, really before Facebook kind of took over. So everybody that was on the site actually had to go through a survey to be on the site, to be chosen to be on the site. So it wasn't just a whole bunch of made-up profiles per se. It was actual people that was mixing and mingling on the site. I had a radio show at that particular time that we used to have to inform people of what's going on in the community, also talking about different topics that's going on throughout the world. Because one thing about the lifestyle culture, you have people from all different types of backgrounds, all different types of professions. You have blue-collar workers, you have CEOs, you have owners of businesses, all mixing and mingling in the same community. So there's different avenues for people to take. It's different events for people to probably, that may interest them. I did my part as Erotic City Atlanta to take care of all parts of that culture. Now, once I left the game in 2010, I turned it over to my friend John go by the name of Cuddy. I turned ECA over to him. I didn't sell it to him. I gave it to him because he was one of the first members of ECA, and I felt like he had the energy and the spirit of ECA, and I wanted him to continue that on. So I left that to him. You know, he continued on with it. I left the scene. I had things that I had to take care of. I had to do some time with some issues that I had to handle back from the 90s. To get that out of the way, I went on ahead and sat down for about a year. When I finally came back to Atlanta and came back to the lifestyle culture, I saw a lot of things that changed, or at least a lot of things that I noticed that maybe I didn't pick up on before. Not to say it wasn't never there, but I just noticed a lot more of it. And it seemed like when I was in a position to kind of dictate the general energy of the urban community in Atlanta lifestyle-wise, it seemed like it's a lot of things that I didn't particularly stand for. If I knew that it was certain individuals that were out there, males especially, that was out there, if a lot of different females came to me and let me know that this certain guy is out in the community and he's lying to them, he's doing certain things, I would have pretty much addressed it with that male and delete him from the site because I felt like I didn't want that energy in the community that I kind of looked over, me being the mayor. I know I didn't do that in every instant, but for the most part, if I knew for like myself that that individual was doing that, and I got enough energy from that, I just took it upon myself to go ahead and try to police that. I didn't I didn't necessarily take it upon myself to let everybody know who the person was and what they were doing, but at the same time, I did what I felt like I needed to do.
Like how you took her in the living room near the finish line. How much of it can I consume? Hitting it from behind, wind down, you shook it.